Good evening. I'm Chris Jansing. Day 386 of the Biden administration, and we begin with breaking news. The New York Times is out with brand new reporting tonight on what the National Archives found inside those boxes that the former president took to Florida after leaving office. The Times says the archives believes possibly classified information was among the records found at Mar-a-Lago, and says the discovery, quote, which occurred after Mr. Trump returned 15 boxes of documents to the government last month, prompted the National Archives to reach out to the Justice Department for guidance. The department told the National Archives to have its Inspector General examine the matter. It is unclear what the Inspector General has done since then. Well, today, NBC News confirmed that DOJ has been asked to look into whether the federal law regulating presidential records was violated by the Trump administration. Adam Schiff is a member of the January 6th Select Committee.
It looks very willful. And if there's evidence of potential willfulness in the destruction of documents, that is the kind of case that if any case is going to be prosecuted, might be prosecuted.
Earlier today, there was a major escalation from the January 6th committee as it goes after another of Trump's fiercest allies. The committee has now subpoenaed his former trade advisor, Peter Navarro. In doing so, it says Navarro, quote, reportedly worked with Steve Bannon and others to develop and implement a plan to delay Congress's certification of and ultimately change the outcome of the November 2020 presidential election. In his book, Mr. Navarro describes this plan as the Green Bay sweep. In an interview, Mr. Navarro reportedly added that the former president was on board with the strategy. And just last month, Peter Navarro gave our own Ari Melber specific details on how that sweep was supposed to work.
We had over 100 congressmen and senators on Capitol Hill ready to implement the sweep. We were going to challenge the results of the election in the 6 battleground states. Most or all of those states would decertify the election. That would throw the election to the House of Representatives. Senator Ted Cruz and Gosar, a representative, started the Green Bay sweep beautifully. The election was still in doubt. We were following the Constitution and rules of the Senate to simply get a recount of what the votes were.
The 1-6 committee wants Navarro to produce documents by February 23rd and show up for a deposition on March 2nd. Also tonight, the Washington Post is reporting Rudy Giuliani and other Trump legal advisors had asked a Republican prosecutor in northern Michigan to turn over his county's voting machines to Trump's team following the 2020 election. The Post spoke with that prosecutor, who told the paper the request was made during a phone call after the county initially misreported election results that showed a win for Biden. The county corrected that error, yet still became the basis for Trump's false claims that the election was stolen. Giuliani's deposition with the 1-6 committee was scheduled for yesterday, but has been postponed. This afternoon, another panel member laid out what she's hoping to eventually hear from him.
How many iterations of plots are there that have been, hatched and reported first, second, third hand about voting machines, who was going to take them, which ones, where, which company? I mean, all of it is just showing that there was a lot of desperation going on. It seems like they just were trying anything and everything that they could.
We're also following the latest in the rift among top Republicans over the RNC's resolution censuring 1-6 committee members Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. Yesterday, Mitch McConnell took the RNC to task for issuing that resolution. Today, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy again defended the RNC.
RNC's job is to help the Republican Party continue to grow, but the RNC they also have a responsibility to say their own opinion in others. And I think a lot of Republicans out there look at some of the actions of Adam and Liz as have real problems with it.